Of Robert Morris University versus Tulsa. I am Zingle. Joining me is Hachiko.
Venomancer banned.
uh, I don't even know what to say after last game. Last game was a doozy. It was a huge advantage, then a huge throw, and then a huge counter throw, and then another throw on top of that. So Tulsa did manage to come back in the end, take it to a game 3, and now they're battling now to see who can be the higher seed at the end of this spring season.
There you go with the ban Invoker this time.
Alrighty. So these
So far,
bands have
whoever got
definitely
Invoker
evolved.
won, but now neither team will get Invoker. So what's gonna happen?
Yeah, the problem is these bands have evolved from this like match by itself. That now the first bands of like Lone Druid and Slardar are gonna slip through. So do you expect the teams to snag those up because they aren't both banned out?
I think Lone Druid's gonna get banned here,
Most
but
likely, but not
Slaughter will
necessarily.
probably get through because Tulsa did ban Lone Druid in both the first and the second game, I believe.
So
Oh no,
there's the Slardar ban actually. Now let's see if Robert Morris takes Lone Druid. They will not. So now they take the Centaur. Once again, still a meta pick, still a solid first choice, but will Lone Druid now, like, it's bound to be picked up, right? Like, if it's a first phase ban almost every game, then it's for a reason, right? Though the push it offers is very fast, let alone, it's a new Sniper 2.0 when it comes to late game.
oh they're gonna get Ember.
Different flavor of the month. I guess Lone Druid wasn't that prioritized. Ember, very strong. We've seen it a whole bunch ever since the build changed to that magic damage build.
I mean,
But
was it even banned the last game? I don't
no, I
think
don't
so.
think so. But picking it up
It was
like
banned the first game. I know that.
picking it up second phase or first phase second pick, it leaves a lot of the counters like still in the field available to beat them in lane. And an Ember who does lose in lane, yes, you can always come back because that fight is so strong once you get the talent and the Veil. It is still, it's one of those heroes that you gotta, hit your timing, hit your roll.
And did Tulsa just take away RMU's Venge?
Yeah, they did.
I feel like that's a planned thing because they realized that RMU picked Venge in both the first and second game. And they will just pick it to take away that comfort hero, most likely.
And now Ogre is picked up to take away that from Tulsa. There's silly stuff going on here.
And
Ogre and Venge are pretty similar heroes too, though. Lifestealer banned up. I like it. They comboed it up with the Centaur in the first game, so don't let them do that again. And likewise, Robert Morris banning the Juggernaut from Ice 9, as he also picked that up in the first game.
Or do they ban Luna here?
I'd imagine so. Does who ban Luna, actually? Because I don't know if
RMU.
it's a nice pick with the Venge, but I guess it goes well with the Ember, the Veil amplifying your magic damage and Vengeful amplifying your right click. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it banned.
And they probably are. They banned Slark last game, but I wouldn't be surprised after what happened last game that they go back and ban the Luna here, especially with Venge already in the pool, or already picked.
Is this the first time we've gone to a game 3, us two casting?
Oh, we did another one.
There's one other. Because it seems most of these series so far, I think of every week other than that one other series, has just been a 2-0. So we're in for a treat tonight.
I think we only had one best of
yeah, 1-3.
Best of 3 all going out to 3 games.
So there is the Slark band as you expected. Once again, I think it might just be an Ice 9 target. They did the same thing last game. And the first game, I think they banned Slark, but not Juggernaut. So they got Juggernaut and Ice 9. But this game and last, just not letting those heroes through.
5 seconds remaining.
So with Slark ban, I wouldn't be surprised if Tulsa just go with the Luna here. And they won't get Shadow Demon with it, because it is banned.
But even without the Shadow Demon, like the Shadow Demon is just that like extra little cherry on top. But the main dessert of Luna is still just as good as always. Yes, it did get nerfed in the last patch with its like vision on its passive and I think like 4 base damage or something in lane. So it's little things.
I think it was.
Maybe it was 6, but even still, like you have a passive that gives you like 16, so or 14.
They're gonna think about it. They can still get Lone Druid as well. I think Lone Druid wouldn't be bad either. Gives them more room to just roam. And that's what it seemed like they liked to do in the first game, even though it was probably a bad move from their part, trying to roam with Dazzle and Ogre onto heroes with like blinks and leaps, but it worked out for them at the end of the day, so you got the win. And I'm sure that was entirely all in their play. There was a lot of some throws going on, but
it's all according to plan. The tactical throws.
Warlock picked up.
So I see a Warlock picked up. It actually might be a Venge carry this game, and they're just looking to group up as 5 and go. Then again, it could still just be a Venge support, and it still feels that similar, just group and go early. The Warlock Fatal Bonds and Ultimate are very, very strong spells in the early game that you just can't fight into.
Yeah, so. Warlock is a hero that we kind of saw be super popular when it came to like the Boston Major and sometime after that, and then he kind of fell off, but at Star Ladder he came back.
People underestimate Fatal Bonds, and then you bond up a team and you kill them all in like 5 seconds and you laugh. You laugh your way to the bank because you just killed them all. It's a nice hero.
Gives a pretty good laning stage as well. He, like, actually in his laning stage, he just acts as a secondary set of tangos for a hero. I saw that in multiple games where literally Warlock's only job was just to sit there and Shadow Word, Clarity and Shadow Word a hero so that they can lane in the off lane or something like that. I mean, it works out. Let's say like you put like a Warlock and a Centaur or like a Brewmaster or something, and then you just keep healing them up, and they'll be, and you just start with poor mans and 4 tangos, and they'll be able to sustain for like the first few waves and get like level 3 off of just your Shadow Word.
So Robert Morris goes ahead and picks up Silencer. Very good choice, I think. It'll this kind of be the counter initiation, the counter team fight to the Ember Spirit and Warlock. When their burst starts, Silencer just presses R, and then they can just run back in and kill everyone. So good pickup. The question is whether he can get the levels in time to stop. And the fact that Silencer ult is such a long cooldown, the fact that they need it early, and they need to like stop the bleeding before it even starts.
Magnus.
And now it's Magnus. They're doubling down on this Wombo combo. They don't even care that Silencer is already picked. They just want to go, and they want to stay as 5, and they want to push. And with Ember Spirit, Warlock, Magnus, there's just so much AoE team fight that it'll be hard for RMU to win a fight, even with a Silencer ult, if they play correctly on Tulsa.
What's the carry here with Magnus?
Honestly, any physical carry. Like,
I mean, a lot are already taken out though. Lifestealer,
yeah, but there's still a lot
Jug,
left. They could go like Lycan if they want to push. They could
heroes
go
that
like
are
Wraith
left
King.
Are
Honestly.
Wraith King, AM, PA.
Well, the thing is, if they want to group up and push early, they'd go like the Wraith King or the Lycan or something. If they want to go for the late game, yeah, or Sven. Sven is obviously one of the classic Magnus combos. And having that extra stun, like Avenge stun plus a Sven stun in lane is very dangerous.
Those are pretty much the heroes that are left, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see one of those. I mean, maybe Ursa, Troll Warlord.
Oh, Troll. You know, that's not that bad. Ursa too is all, like any of these heroes. Pretty much any hero, melee hero with Magnus is perfectly fine here.
10 seconds remaining.
I was just thinking which one would be the best fit for this game.
Do they have last pick? They do have last pick, so they can wait and see. The Lone Druid finally gets banned out. Axe gets
the really
banned out.
good ones are banned out. If it was me here, I'd actually pick a carry Axe this game. I mean, well, that's my theory, Craft. I think carry Axe with the Silencer support is super legit. So some next level strategies.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The Axe gets like plus 75 damage or something.
Yep,
you can start right clicking.
At 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spell or talent. I've seen axes go like Mjolnirs just to amplify
Yep.
that plus damage, and then they just attack away during the call. But, you know, it's banned out, and OD is pretty good against axe already. Like, you blink in and call somebody, and as long as you don't get the OD, your entire initiation is flubbed.
10 seconds remaining.
Arm, you just need time to hit. Nope, and they get a
Alright,
void.
and there's the
I was
combo
about to say,
with
they just
OD.
need something to lock down the Ember and these other heroes for OD to hit them. Like, OD can just carry this game.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, having a Faceless Void, OD, Silencer, like, these are squishy heroes that if they don't get the initiation, if they get initiated upon, they can just die very quickly. And with the Ember Shackle stopping Void's Time Walk, they have the Magnus RP, they have the stun on Vent, like, they have the ways to keep these heroes locked down and killed. So I think this one's just going to come down to execution. If RMU gets the good fights, if they get these initiations, if they don't get pressured too much in between cooldowns, because with Void cooldown being 2 minutes or more, with Silencer cooldown being over 2 minutes, with Sanity's Eclipse being over 2 minutes, these are all long teamfight-oriented cooldowns. And with the Sven picked up, classic combo with Magnus, huge amount of right-click damage. I think that Tulsa has the better draft here, but then again, I've cursed at best 2 games I've been wrong, so we'll see.
Alright, they got Sven Mag.
Alright, now into the game. The overlay is fixed up, and let's see who's playing the heroes. We have GB Feeds. That's GBPS. Same player from past games going mid on the Ember Spirit. We have Ice9 on the safe lane Sven. Off lane JD playing the Magnus. We have the Rua Baby playing Warlock, and Venge played by Jebaited M12, by the way. On the side of RMU, we have Sammy going mid-OD. We have Loyal Lion going the support Ogre. We have Shibby playing that safe lane Void. Phantom Wilford on the off-lane Centaur once again. And Illanula. I'm gonna mess it up every time. On the support Silencer. So, is this Void soloing top? He has the regen as if he's a solo. He has the item build as if he's solo. And the supports are both bottom lane right now. I think they're going to try to go aggro, make sure this Sven doesn't get off the ground running, and then just let the Void get his levels. Because once Void gets 6, the earlier the better, he'll be able to just go and rotate and get a kill on that Ember, and then they'll just be able to hopefully snowball off of that advantage.
So, for the mid matchup, I think OD wins this.
Yeah, I'd say so. This is the classic melee versus range hero, and
I mean, it's OD. You got
it's
actual
OD.
imprisonment.
yeah. Alright, so Rune's just going 2 for 2, pretty standard stuff. I think this Magnus was actually expecting the tri-lane, so he went that very defensive, just jungling build. He actually went Skewer level 1, and he's just hiding in the trees with that Quelling Blade, so he's gonna be in for a surprise when it's a 1v1.
Aggro try right now. Or he's aggro dual lane.
Yeah, and Ogre's actually running mid. There's an Imprison out onto this Ember, so Ember is going to be just ran at here. He's not going to die most likely.
He uses his Flame Guard and immediately gets taken out by the Ignite. Alright, this is trouble for our Ember Spirit right now.
And now he's just being run at again. These supports are not letting
Mag's
him have
gonna
a
get
good
himself in, or show himself in lane. He's gonna realize.
Meanwhile, Sven, I feel kind of bad for him. The lane will, I guess, be pushed away from him.
Level
as well.
1 Glaze of Wisdom.
Yep. That's the harass build. That's the I want to be annoying. He is being a little bit too aggressive here. He will get stunned. 2-second stun out of the Sven. They will have a Centaur stomp. It's not going to be needed.
It doesn't need it. Now Ogre is here to help his team out, and Ice9
Yeah,
having a very rough time so far.
This mid matchup also, like 6 and 2 on the OD against 0 and 1 on this Ember Spirit. This mid rotation out of the supports is huge.
Are they gonna get a kill here?
On the bottom lane?
Ah.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah,
most
bottom
likely a
lane.
kill onto. Oh, the
No.
stun coming out the last second, but the link onto the Ogre will get the kill.
The Ogre needed to run away there.
Yep. He stayed a bit too long and let Ice9 just turn and smack him once.
I mean, if they get the counter kill here,
Oh, good 2-man
be
stun,
worse,
but
they don't.
Warlock staying also a little bit long. both of these heroes are just kind of taunting them. Very nicely played out of the Tulsa squad.
Surprised the silencer got caught there. The lane was looking very good. He just needs to like fill it up a little bit more there. I mean, I think he used his tangos all the way. Did he self or something?
I think so.
So he salved and then still took some damage. So yeah, he got caught out a bit too far with the Sven stun. I was about to say that they just need to keep harassing the Sven and they're okay in the lane as long as they don't feed a kill like that. But now the Warlock and Sven are going to be able to get back in it.
Looks like the Invis Venge level 1's going mid, trying to do something against this OD, but OD's going to be fine, just kind of get away. In a lane that we've kind of ignored.
Ice9 in the bot lane getting caught out.
He should be okay here if he cuts through the trees correctly and just runs in a straight line. He uses Warcry, just barely gets that distance away from the Centaur, and now Warlock is going to be
now the Warlock. They have double slow here with the curse.
Yeah, down to 235 speed. He will be getting right click down. He'll probably die here from one more set of right clicks. But the actual right click went from Silencer onto the other hero, but uphill hit does not miss, and he will get that secured return kill. So that's +2 intelligence. That's going to be a pretty annoying factor in this game. With the tri-lane, there's going to be a lot of blood and hopefully a lot of intelligence stolen. So, mid lane going very well, like very in favor of this OD as expected. In the top lane though, we've kind of been ignoring this. Faceless Void is out-leveling the Magnus, and he is barely out-farming, but he is out-denying by a lot. So, top lane I'd say is going in favor of RMU, mid lane going in favor of RMU, and bottom lane also going in favor of RMU. Sven's not getting the farm that he needs to. So, from this just early phase of the laning phase, unless things get switched up and fast, I think RMU has a pretty big advantage going out of this start.
Sven has to walk back to base.
Yep. He's going to walk back to base and then TP in, I assume. Didn't use the shrine on the way back, so he's going to waste another second or two, although that's very insignificant, it still adds up.
They need to get a pull-off in this bot lane.
And now Shibi's actually getting really aggressive up here top. He's
trying to fight. They just waste their mana as well into the Centaur, and that's pretty big. That means even if Sven comes back into the lane, they're not going to be able to do anything. And actually, he's just going to buy Iron Talent
I
in
think
jungle.
he's just going to jungle, yeah. Well, that's a sign of desperation right now.
I mean, there's definitely a way around this. I don't think he needed to, but I mean, it's not. It's okay.
Yeah, but they have two
It's
quick
gonna give
junglers. They
Centaur
have the
a lot
cleave.
of space, though.
I don't know. They have
Mag
fast
is
junglers,
jungling
but at
as
the
well.
same time they're losing all three lanes, so it's not
You
necessarily
can't.
good.
You can't just jungle until. Mag is not really committing to jungle. He was just clearing the camp. I think he'll head back to lane.
Oh, Sammy's actually going to get rooted up here mid. He's going to go down. He has no mana, didn't get lucky procs from his Essence Aura. And then GB Feeds just kind of runs at him with the Flame Guard, which didn't get popped, and then Searing chains
He
him
had
up.
no boots either. What the?
Yeah, he had a lot of items in the courier, or in base.
Yeah, Odie had boots and windlace, or did he just pick it up?
I think he just picked them up,
Okay.
or at least one of
I
them.
was surprised that he got that kill with Odie had boots. I saw that he was 60 mana away from Astral, and sometimes he's
Top
getting
looks like
unlucky.
he's trying to get a solo
It looks
kill
like he'll
onto
get the
Magnus.
counter kill back.
Yep. Top lane looks like Shibi's trying to get a kill here. He doesn't have his maxed bash, so he doesn't necessarily have the damage output by himself, but if Magnus gets too low and stays a little bit too long, the Chrono will secure that. Meanwhile, in
then
that
he's gonna
bottom
die
jungle,
here.
Yeah, the double slow coming out once again.
They
That's
just need to get the
230
Orb Venom
move
hit and
speed.
she's dead.
Orb of Venom, now he's down to 260. I guess he sped back up because one of them ran out.
Such a strong dual roaming combo.
Yep. Orb of Venom plus 2 slows on both of them. Looks like Ember's going to come in to try to clean up something. He has the triple remnant. We'll use all 3 and kill the Silencer. But Silencer's still happy. 4 stolen int. Winning this off lane, mid lane's winning, top lane. It seems to be going back in favor of Magnus a little bit, but Shibi still is maintaining this.
Surprised he's going for the shockwave build.
Yeah,
That's,
normally when you're against a 1v1 melee lane, you just max the empower, you win the lane with right clicks, and then you can go and jungle super speed.
Yeah, especially a void. where he's just gonna
Time walk off.
time walk off your damage. But if you're doing like sustained damage over time with Empower, there's nothing really you can do about it.
Yep. So with this, OD is triple the CS of the Ember Spirit. Void is about 10 CS ahead of his lane Magnus, and if you want to compare him to the carry, he's 15 ahead of the opposing carry.
Nice 9. What's he doing in the jungle here? He's
he's
doing the
struggling.
best.
And now he's just gonna run back to base again. When you run back to base multiple times on a carry 7 minutes in, it's rough.
Alright, Sammy got an arcane rune. This is gonna be super annoying for Ember.
It just ran out actually. He was just spamming the imprison on a 8-second cooldown earlier.
Centaur still opting to go straight into the blink this game.
Yeah, I think that's fine here. Especially since their lanes are all winning, they just need something to help them initiate these fights. And if he starts with a blink stun onto any of the cores of the other team and then follow up with a chrono, I think it'll be perfectly acceptable.
It's not a very common thing for Centaur, so I think it's usually like a hood or a vanguard first. Because you take so much self damage from that double edge. I think just a casual cloak would be good as well.
Looks like there will be aggression back onto Ice 9. He comes into lane for just a second and he's already going to be taking some hits off of it. Luckily Warlock did get some levels while he was gone. I guess it's only a level 2 heal still, but it's better than nothing.
This Centaur is so big with the Bloodlust.
The stun will come out. A secondary stun from the Venge is gonna try to follow him up. Looks like Centaur does have just the War Stomp and he's gonna run away now. Hoof Stomp. And they might actually be able to return for a kill here onto the Venge if Venge chases too far. They have the slows out. Venge is ticking low, but with the Warlock heal committed, she'll probably stay alive.
OD got RP'd in the mid lane.
Oh, missed that, sorry. Did he get RP'd, skewered back under tower and killed?
Yeah.
Or did he skewer to catch up? I'd imagine he had to skewer to catch up, otherwise it would be hard to...
Yeah, I think he skewered in.
Well, regardless, a good kill. Very needed considering how poorly that mid lane was going. OD is still double the CS. If you look at the net worth, though,
look at his net worth.
Yeah, OD is doubled
not that
on
ahead,
CS.
actually.
Doubled on CS, but only 200 gold ahead. How does that happen?
Dude, Ember killed him twice.
Oh, I guess
he killed Ember once.
Yeah. And Void actually went for a Midas here, so he's going for that full just greed build. I think it's kind of okay in the sense that they're winning a lot. Like, when you have a big lead, the Midas will just push it over the top, especially if you're not looking to end the game in the next 5-10 minutes. But then again, I thought they were going to be trying to end the game.
RMU played against Rutgers. Didn't work out for them that game, though, because that Blade Mail Slark showed him who's boss.
And now Sammy's going to be going on mid. He will try to get that kill. No, Ember will just remnant down, dodge that last right click.
Yeah, that's where you want a casual hood.
Bottom lane,
Centaur goes in onto this, but he does too much damage to himself.
The ults were both committed there already from the Warlock Golem and the Sven ult. And now the Chrono's coming back. They will get a 2-man Chrono and the Golem, so it will be a kill onto the Warlock and most likely onto Venge as well. Time Walk actually will go back, so they aren't going to be looking for that extra kill. They're just content with that one rotation. And now Ice 9 sees the Ogre a little bit too far up. Centaur ult commits to save him, and they're going to get away just fine with the 1-for-1.
He killed a Warlock Golem. 100 gold there.
100 gold seems so lackluster now when you have the Helm of the Dominator give 125.
There's another 100 gold. Value. I got the D ward.
Oh.
Wait, so Sammy's actually building into a Veil.
Yeah, I've
Interesting.
seen this. I've seen this quite a bit. It's really the one question I have is what their actual game plan is, because the Void Midas implies that they don't want to go for that early game just push fight, but the Veil implies that they do. So it's really just a question of what they have as a grand strategy here. But I think the item is fine if you want to, you know, just take full use of that early game Astral and Sanity's Eclipse once you hit that, you know, level 12 timing. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit went bots first. So, definitely not the traditional item build out of Ember. You usually see a Blade Mail, a Blink, or a Veil first, but... Maybe
yeah, Mag has a Blink. Well, this is the old Ember build, so...
Yeah.
It's the traditional Ember build, I guess. It's not the new meta one, but...
Blink RP onto the OD, skewered right back under tower. He will imprison himself up, but he's going to be surrounded by 5 heroes. Sammy does get the last hit on the tower. Ember is trying to deny it before he came out, but Sammy gets the tower and goes down to the tower. Gives quite a bit of gold to the other team, but still not that bad.
So with the Boots of Travel, it's either saying that they don't want to go into the magic damage Ember build, or he might go back into it later, but what it's really saying is they just want to split push right now. Because they realize their Sven is pretty far behind and they can't just afford to just run at people without RP.
But, as you say that, they kind of just run at people without RP,
But...
and they get 2 kills. Oh, maybe not 2 kills. The Imprison comes out, saves the hero, Centaur goes in. Centaur will go down, but that's going to be a 2 for 2 at the end of the day, and definitely worth it. Going back now,
probably
3.
4.
That's triple kill, and that's going to be an ultra kill. So Sammy getting another ultra kill. Where's the second rampage for this player? Sven is nowhere near, no heroes are going to TP in, so it won't be another rampage for Sammy, but still a nice comeback return.
Yeah, as I said, against the OD, and without RP, you probably don't want to be making plays like that. They got a bit baited there, and with the Blink coming on Centaur, turning that one around, getting a nice 3-man stomp. So easy kills for OD.
And now bottom, there's going to be a Blink Centaur stun and a Void Chrono used. They're going to kill the Sven, and now they're probably going to look to get this last tier 1 killed. Void has I think, a Yasha completed? Yes, Void has a Yasha completed. That Midas is starting to pay off now, and he's just pulling ahead in net worth. Sitting comfortably at the top, almost double of what Sven's net worth is. So, maybe they are looking for that early game fight, and they're just using the Midas just to keep Void in contention with net worth while they're pushing.
It'll help him scale.
Yep.
Because he'll have to play off the map quite a bit as a Void and
Avoid
as a
Midas
one position as well.
with that level 20 talent of 120 gold per minute. You're just, you know, it's almost hard not to have 600 GPM at the end of the game if it goes late enough, if you have a Midas and that talent.
So it looks like Ember will be going back into the Veil.
Completely understandable that you go for the Veil. I just questioned the itemization order. And now he's going to actually run into 3 heroes here. They're going to start with the Ogre initiation, but they don't really have the follow-up. There's no Blink stun out of the Centaur here. It looks like they're trying to bait it, but both teams just standing on their respective high ground. Sammy is gumming in the back line with that Invis bottled. He will scout out the Magnus there, I believe. Magnus will manage to skewer 1 back in. Ogre does stay alive for a while, but not quite enough. So we saw this the game before, and now we're seeing it again. This support silencer is level 5 at 16 minutes, and we saw it in the Ogre in the last game where he's level 5 at 17 minutes. These heroes, I feel, are they're focusing way too much on this fighting and not enough on their levels.
Yeah, they could have fought there if he had global actually.
Yep.
The Centaur would have just went in and stunned even without the chrono. They would have had enough.
But now Shibby has his chrono in 2 seconds. They have the Sanity's Eclipse in 5 seconds, so they want to fight here. He gets a 3-man chrono. There's the global silence. They stacked them up very interestingly, but it's fine.
I mean, Mag was not caught in the chrono as well
Mag
as
and
Warlock,
so it's perfectly understandable at the end. And then they managed to still get 3 using the ults onto both of those like big cooldowns, or all 3 of the big cooldowns. They get the bash onto the teleporting out Warlock, so that's now a triple kill, 4 for 0 going the way of Army. Once again, a big advantage in this fight. It's 2 in a row now.
They wasted their Warlock ulti there too.
Yep. So things are looking good for RMU this game. They looked good last game, but this game seems a little bit more convincing because they have this like clear strategy in mind, whereas I didn't quite see it in their draft last game.
Yeah, last game they lacked team fight, and they're like, all right, we need to fix that this game. So they got the Void and the Silencer.
Void Silencer, OD,
Centaur,
all of them.
OD.
You just cast your ults and then you have to win the fight. And it's definitely a strong output of damage, or a big output of damage.
And the Ogre will just buff up their right clickers.
Yeah, having the Bloodlust on Void and OD. I don't foresee anybody caught in the Chrono surviving.
So almost the second game in a row, they're approaching a 10,000 net worth deficit. Can Tulsa bring it back once again?
I don't know, with solo kills like that, nice or not solo kills, but like person being picked off by themselves. It was 3 heroes who killed them, but with the kills like that onto supports, just like little sloppiness coming out of RMU gives a glimmer of hope for Tulsa still. I wouldn't count them out yet.
There's no meme for 30k net worth AM or OD. I mean,
yeah.
It's for the Sven. Who actually wins the late game this game?
Yeah, like an RP with a Sven there, anyone's gonna die, and if it's a good RP, like 3 or 4 heroes, there's no way that they survive it.
I think Sven needs to catch up, but Ember Spirit, they have a contention.
Even without like catching up, just Sven, by the nature of the hero, with this Echo Saber, with that ult, if there is a good RP, he has the damage, even though he's not super farmed. And that's the one saving grace.
A lot of this is on Mag. They have the Fatal Bond as well, so...
Yeah, it's spooky. So they really got to focus on the positioning from RMU. If they group up too much and stay as 5, it's gonna be bad.
Looks like Tulsa going for a smoke. Yep.
Yeah, they
and
understand
will they hit their
the best way
RP
back.
here?
Yeah, they understand the best way back is
Echo
killing.
Saber.
Venge leading though.
Oh, they're just gonna get a kill with the Silencer.
No, they won't.
No, they don't even get the kill.
A good Chrono, good Astral, and then a Sanity's Eclipse comes out. They will manage to kill 2. Silencer, I guess, still goes down at the end of the day. Magnus is sitting, he's skewering away. He has Blink up, so Magnus should be able to get away here, but they lose 3 still. After they're the ones who initiated with that smoke.
Yeah, they can't afford to go on anyone other than the Void. But he's just gonna Chrono everybody.
Nope. Camera or mouse messed up for a second, but I am back. They are pushing this tier 2 tower after one team fight. Yes, they don't have their ults, but I don't think that, Oh my god. Sammy imprisons Shivy so he can steal the last hit, and then Sammy misses the tower hit. What is that? What is that level of BM for your own team?
Then just walks up and die there. I'm not sure what that was actually.
Yeah. Meanwhile, mid, it looks like Ember might get a solo kill here onto the Ogre. Ogre is going to tick down from the Flame Guard. However, Ember now has 0 mana, no escape here, and that's just going to be a 1-for-1, and that is not worth it for the...
Yeah, OD is not really a hero that you come back against.
No.
Snowball is very hard. It's not like a Rana or an AM. Most of the time this hero gets an advantage, he doesn't lose. And they're gonna go for Roshan now. Like, Sven actually dies in like 6 hits or something to this OD at this point.
Yeah, maybe even less. When you have 40 stolen int like he had a second ago.
And they have no way to fight without the RP, which they haven't got one off since like... I don't think they actually gotten more than 2-man RP this game.
I think they've all only been 1-man.
Yeah.
Well, with this Roche coming very slowly from the side of RMU, they're going to probably just give it to OD and look to try to get all the outer remaining towers. The ults are almost all back online. There's only 20 seconds left for this Warlock ult, so they will have the counter initiation ready, hopefully, if they position correctly and don't get 3-man chronoed again, but we'll see. Chibi is going towards bottom. He wants to try and up and force Magnus not to get that free tower.
Yeah, Ice9's under a ward now.
Yep, that's going to be a blink stun out of Centaur
Let's
and
count
then
the
the right
hits.
click.
That was like 3 hits, but
Yeah,
he was already hurt.
Yeah. So I think you're right about around 6 or 7. But that was a double damage rune as well. So. Anywho, there's a blink dagger now available for Outworld. They're pushing this bottom.
Magnus, get it out. He has a Shadow Blade.
Who does Magnus?
That's gonna help him set up RPs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's their way back into it. A good RP followed up with a Sven who's going for a blink. Doesn't quite have it, but
There's a lot of
Sven
heroes,
likely.
yes, to hits.
Yeah. You kind of have to hit everybody.
Most notably the Void.
Anybody other than the Ogre. Ogre's the only
Yeah,
non-important
the
hero.
Ogre they don't care about.
Well, this smoke gank, they're looking for a kill. If they find Ice9 again, that's going to hurt a lot for his economy. And now he's running right down mid. This is a very rough spot to be in. It looks like they will catch him. So Ice9 is going to go down once again. Godlike Sammy, and he has Aegis on top of that. So even if he does die, he's not going to lose much money off of it. Well, he's not going to lose any money off of it because he's Aegis. Now it looks like they're posturing up. Tier 2 top is their next choice. Cutting the creep waves under the tower doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's one nice thing about Veil, actually. You just one-shot a wave.
Yeah.
Faster than you're normal to.
Now mid tower, last tower remaining. There's a blink stomp, but it's going to be a miss. I think that's actually... What happened there? Was that just a blink away? Well, regardless, this tower is not long for this world. And now with this, Aegis has a couple minutes left, around 2.5 minutes left, so they might actually just go high
where
here.
Odin wins games. He is very strong.
Oh yeah. They might try to push something in the next few seconds because those 24 intelligence steel stacks are still there, and then he's not waiting.
He's in aggressively.
The stun is available, but I'd imagine a swap is also going to come out. The Hurricane Pike actually makes him dodge the Warlock ult. And there's the Void Chrono onto 2. Doesn't matter if the Shrine's up because he's just going to steal more intelligence. That's 3 dead, beyond godlike. The huge RP comes out, and now Sven bought back, he's coming in. This is the fight that I was describing. This is the exact kind of fight I was describing, where all it takes is one good RP, and then they'll just kill everybody.
They hit everybody.
And that's 5 dead and Aegis dead. Yes, they did have to use the buyback on the Sven, so he is still suffering in terms of net worth.
Warlock got the kill on the Odin.
Better than them losing the game.
My man.
Yeah, that's better than them losing the game.
You have to go for it. Buy it, man.
Now imagine if Sven didn't have buyback there.
Alright, this guy is no fun.
If Sven didn't have buyback there, they may just lose the game. That's the value of buyback, kids. Never forget. And it looks like they might want to defend still. They have a pretty tanky Centaur who's going to TP in from way behind at that shrine, but by the time he even gets there, the tower's going to be dead. They might just try to get a pick off here on their way out, but it seems a little bit too late for that. Centaur's going to try to get a blink stun. He does land it. There is no chrono there, but if he just bashes up, no, that's not quite enough. So Ember will be able to remnant away.
Or should be building into a Bloodthorn?
Yeah.
For Ember?
That's okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. There's no real item you can get to stop that RP, so you just kind of go for the damage. Having the silence is fine for both of the heroes. It's good just for overall damage output. And I'd be surprised if RMU doesn't just kind of run back in at them again. Yes, that last fight didn't go well, but they used buybacks. They had to get a good RP for it to happen. As long as they just position a little bit better and respect the other team, I don't really think they're in too bad of a situation still.
Yeah, the Void chronoed only 2 supports.
Yep.
And OD used his ultimate for them as well. Once the RP came out, they had no answer anymore. They also hit onto everybody.
Yeah, I think it was 4 or 5 man. It was exactly what they needed to come back into it. But I don't know. Aegis is coming back up in a few minutes. I think Roche will spawn in 2.5.
That's stop the bleeding.
But actually, like they're just going anyway. They smoke up as 4. They have Void just solo bottom. Void might be looking for a kill here.
He's looking for a solo kill into the Ember.
I think it got spotted out though. I think he barely showed behind creeps. So Ember will instantly remnant out. There is a 4-man smoke rotation, but they're not going to find anybody. The Tulsa's all just huddled into their base.
They're hiding.
And now Sven has a blink, so these fights could go a little bit easier for them if they have the blink follow-up from the RP, or for the RP.
Alright, Ember going for a Manta. Get rid of the global.
I guess that's okay.
Uh,
I feel like he's
really
just gonna die in a
because
chrono every time though.
Gonna counter the Orchid too.
Yeah. I feel like he'll just die in a chrono every time. It helps him split push a little bit more, it helps him be a little bit more aggressive with his farming, but in the fights it's not gonna do as much, I'd imagine.
They need a split pusher though, because they can't leave their base, and if Ember can't go out and farm safely, then they got no farm. All he has to watch out for now, once he gets that Manta, is the chrono.
But now Centaur, once he gets that eggs, I think the condition for Tulsa to win a fight of getting that RP onto heroes is a lot harder because they have to get the Centaur. Otherwise Centaur just saves his ult for the RP and then nothing happens.
No, Mag got an Orchid? What the?
What? He did?
Yeah.
Oh man. He's also going for the Bloodthorn, I imagine. Like, he doesn't have it queued up. Maybe he'll go like a BKB first, but Bloodthorn on Magnus is very strong. Because let's say you blink RP and you miss one of those core heroes that I'm talking about, you just Orchid the other one. So it makes it so you have to get less cores in your RP for it to be a successful RP.
Like, it's a pretty clear arm you want to try to end the game here, but they're not so sure how to do it.
Yeah, their items are going to be finished up soon. Actually, OD changed his mind from this BKB. He's going to go for a sheep stick instead. And Roche is going to be spawning in 2 minutes, so that's going to be, I imagine, when they go for it. They're just going to keep pressure up for 2 minutes, get Roche, and then go.
I think the problem for them now is, in terms of going higher, they have no good seizure.
Nope, they have to win a fight. OD doesn't really want to siege, Void doesn't want to be right up in the front line because you're just going to get skewered back. Magnus, they're actually going to be going pretty deep here. They're going to catch out the Centaur if Centaur doesn't sniff out any danger, but he's actually going to back up immediately. It looks like maybe these supports and cores mid are going to be caught out by the... Oh no, the blink RP missed!
Wait, did he RP before
RP'd?
blinking?
No, he blinked and RP'd, but he just missed. I think he was too far away and misunderstood where his hero was. The blink dodge, or the Manta dodge.
Because he was pretty far away still. So.
Yeah. So Void just chronos and then Manta dodges Sven stun, gets the kill onto Venge. Venge will be spawning soon, but if they realize
that was like whiffed ults on both sides. He chronoed only the Venge.
No, he got the one hero the other hero as well, didn't he? Oh, and another whiffed ult that Warlock ult missed. Alright. Well, there's a kill onto the Sven here, most likely. Yeah, the
Alright.
Sanity's Eclipse will secure it. And now that's going to be Sven dead, no buyback. Ogre is going to barely get away here.
Fatal bonds!
It's doing work, but it might not be enough. OD is just sitting here clicking away at everybody. Void is the one that ended up going down, even though Centaur.
Alright, they're all so low. That was another. That was like an ultra
hold.
kill for Ember potentially.
Yeah, it's a good hold for Tulsa, despite whiffing 2 of their big team fight ults.
What actually happened? I'm not so sure, but it probably ended up in favor of Tulsa at the end of the day.
Yeah, probably. The longer this game ticks on, I think the bigger the advantage gets for Tulsa. Or not the advantage for Tulsa, but the smaller the advantage for RMU.
It's because this he has 30 int stolen actually. Let's say Silencer's not doing a very good job of
That's a
scaling.
lot.
He has a lot of int, but in terms of items, he's really poor.
Going the Atos will be very nice against the Magnus, against that Ember Spirit.
How is he even this poor? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I guess he's died a lot.
He's lowest on his team by quite a bit. Ogre is 8,000, he is 4,800. Maybe he's just buying all the support stuff and he's very, very generous with the amount of wards he buys. But despite all that, they still have a big net worth lead. They still have a 15k net worth lead, and they still have a 10k XP lead. And now with Roshan being up and alive, they're gonna go right for it. Void is probably
on OD.
in. Void is actually just AFK in base, but he'll be leaving in a second, I imagine.
This is gonna be our. Alright.
Oh no. Blink dodge by Sammy is something, and they don't have Void here quite yet.
He stuttered steps.
Void shows up, gets a 4-man RP, and now Sammy is here just to click away at everybody.
Oh no. The Mag second guessed himself.
Yep. And now, here's OD. This Invis play from Tulsa is keeping them alive, but they still lost 2 there, and they're most likely going to lose 3 with this Venge not having a good escape. And now if they...
That was a pretty big deal, because if they don't catch the OD, not only does the Chrono come out, he also gets the Astral onto somebody, as well as dish out the damage.
And now he has Stolen Intelligence to make Roche a little bit quicker. I guess he does have also the Vengeance R on him, so that cancels each other out. OD is very slowly trying to solo Roche, but since this hero's Arcane Orb doesn't even work on Roche anymore, he's just tickling at it.
The rest of his team's just trying to end the game.
Yep, and they give up on the Roche and instead they go right for the base. Very, very interesting decision making from both teams.
Warlock got his ult up.
They might just be content leaving it at a tier 3 going down so they can get rid of the shrine. There's a 2-man
skewer
skewer,
onto 2.
but the silence and OD in the back line just picks off 1, picks off 2, picks off 3. That's an ultra kill now for Sammy. Is he going to get another rampage? He got an ultra kill earlier in this game.
He's going in
game 1. He wants it, but he's going to actually die for it. Oh no! He wanted the rampage and now his team's suffering.
Yet.
Nope. Shibby is trying to work on that right now, but he realizes if he stays any longer, he'll die, so he has to get away. A little bit of a throw there from Sammy trying to get the rampage.
He died to 3 heroes.
That is 3 buybacks.
46 each.
That is 3 buybacks, but he did lose a lot of gold, and Roshan is still sitting there. So if Tulsa realizes that and goes and steals a Roche here, that's actually so bad for RMU. Void is taking the shrine, however. They did get the tier 3 and they did get the range racks at the very least. Yeah, I guess it's still in favor of them. It's not as in favor as it could have been, but it's still in favor.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They buy a gem for Mag now.
Dire's bottom tower always
I mean, they need BKBs.
Yeah, and now Roche is gonna be contested here. They see that it's low. They realize that it wasn't finished in that last fight. And
everyone's dying to OD so fast. Are they, though?
Void's coming in, though. Let's see if Void... Is Chrono it? Oh, no! Oh, regardless, Roshan hasn't died yet. They are not upset. And now if they just take Roche and... Yeah, that's RP used. Shibby gets
Oh,
the Aegis. That's a blink
Sven's
in
in?
by Sven, but he just gets hexed up immediately. No buyback from him, and Aegis does still go the way of Shibby, so... What I thought was going to be a huge disaster for the way of RMU actually ends up being a disaster for Tulsa. They lose 2 cores, die back on both.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And the the one good thing, creep wave is pushed in. All 3 of them are pushed in towards RMU's base, so there is going to be no push off of that.
And Centaur has Ags.
Yeah? Did he have it for that last fight?
Yeah, he's had it.
Alright, Sven Zed for 40 seconds. These mid creeps are actually going to be there in about 10 or 15, so they might be looking to push here anyway. Even though Shibby's really low, he does have the Aegis, and he still has Chrono after all that.
Should be walking up.
Living dangerously there. He does have the Manta still to dodge the stun, so most likely he wouldn't have died, but it's still a possibility. OD blinks in, hexes, and 4-shots the Vengeful Spirit. And now it looks like that's just going to be a dead tower. 3 heroes dead, no buyback.
Alright, Silencer's gonna
They're
die
so
to the
scared,
tower
though.
almost.
Yeah, they're so scared. And now Sven spawning. They still have 15 seconds on the Magnus, and they still have the Chrono. Oh no, Void's just gonna die, but that doesn't matter. The kill will most likely still be there onto the Ember. No, it won't.
Glimmer Cape!
The silence wasn't used in time, so it allowed the stuns to come out. They will end up killing the Sven and the Warlock, but Ember lives, Ember jumps back in, uses double Remnant, does not manage to get a kill, but then there's a Blink RP onto 2. They kill Sammy once again, and now Ogre is in by the fountain. He will also go down. Void is looking to get a return kill here. He uses the Orchid, but it just gets manted off, so he has to get out. They got racks off of it. They got a tier 3, and they're trying to get more, but this is very dangerous. Phantom Wilford is sitting low. Venge is sitting really low.
Wait a minute, what is going on?
And it looks like they will get the range rack.
This game's not over. This is giving a bunch of gold to Ember Spirit. This is not what they want.
Oh my gosh. And now that's a bunch of kills back. Ember is 25 now. He's top of the net worth on his team, right up next to Void.
He is level 25 plus 2 second searing chains.
Oh, and he has enough money for an Octarine if he wants it. He'll probably go defensive item. It looks like he has a Lincoln's queued up, but...
Alright, you can go Lincoln's here, so he doesn't get hexed and deleted and then he's irrelevant. But...
He does have a Manta, so... If he goes
he plays super legit.
If he plays super legit and he has a Octarine to lower the cooldown of the Manta, that's okay too, kinda. Man, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure if RMU just throws their bodies one more time and stops diving the tier 4s, they'll do fine. But they just have bloodlust in their eyes. They have bloodlusts from Ogre and just trying to kill everybody. It's actually kind of silly.
So support Sven is the problem here.
Sven at 8k net worth as the carry. He's actually lower net worth than his offlaner, lower net worth than the Ogre on the other team. That is not the position
Ogre
you want to be in 40
has
minutes in.
Alright, they really need a freaking BKB.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ogre could actually solo the Sven if it's a 1v1 fight.
Yeah, actually. They're the same level. And Ogre does about the same amount of damage and has a heck of more stuns.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's more attack speed than Sven.
So this fight is gonna, I think, decide it all. Hopefully that just means RMU wins it. They do manage to try to get a solo kill
They
here.
just wasted their center ult here to try to kill Avenge. Now,
Now
Silencer
Silencer's a little bit too deep.
Get his ult off. Oh no.
He does have his force F in a second, but he does not manage to dodge that, so it's
Mag
gonna be a 1
lives.
for 0.
They lost
Mag-
their gem, so they don't have detection anymore.
Oh.
There's a heart on the centaur though.
I feel like they're still gonna go for it anyway. They don't care about Silencer.
Right, Ember has a lot of gold. He needs to spend it.
He's still sitting on that 8k? No, he spent a little bit of it. Looks like he's gonna go for a full Mjolnir. Oh, Lincoln's, okay. Wow, he got a Lincoln's and he's still on 4,400. There's gonna be a blink stun from the
all those
stun.
kills. Ember. Warlock ults it. Like, this is really good. Get the RP, man. Oh my.
The Chrono on the
Oh
Magnus,
my.
Magnus dies here, no RP,
And it hits
no
the bench so
buyback.
that you can't swap out.
No RP, no buyback. That's 2 dead. Looks like Warlock will just TP away here, yeah.
Need an RP
And
there.
Sven will go in, but the instant response from the... Oh, okay. Looks like Magnus did get buyback somehow.
Alright, are they all gonna die here? They're all fatal bonds.
Oh, I hope not. Don't let this happen again.
Magnus is going in. Go boy, get the RP.
They're
RP
splitting
of
up.
your life.
They've learned.
Get the OD. He got it.
Force staff! Force staff! Yeah.
Wait, he force staffed in.
Yeah, he force staffed in rather than out, but whatever, it works. It was Silencer that force staffed him, and now that's going to be a dieback on Magnus. No buyback on other heroes, and a buyback used, I think, on Sven as well.
Ember gave up that fight. I don't know what's going on. He needed mana.
Alright. And now they're going back in once again. They don't have Chrono, they don't have OD, Sanity's Eclipse, they don't have... they do have Global Silence up again, but... They're content. Buybacks were used. Ults were whiffed on the side of Tulsa. Looks like Void is just going to go straight for the base. He's pretty low in health. They will manage to get the kill onto the Venge, and now it's going to be a sheeped up Sven. Hits by 4 orbs, and is that going to be enough to kill him? The 4 orbs are enough to kill him from almost full health. And now that's going to be Rax going down. Mid-Rax is all that's left between them and Megas, and it only has 200 health. I have to say this is probably game over now, with Ember dying here as well. The Invis is so game winning. Shivy's gonna be ticking pretty low, has 100 health, tries to time walk it off, but is not actually able to do too much here.
Ember's back alive.
And there's the Chrono. A good Chrono gets both of them on the edge, and that's game. RMU takes the series 2-1.
That took like 10 more minutes than necessary.
Right. Who do you want to give MVP player of the game
Sammy.
to? I don't want to give it to Sammy because he was greedy
I was
and
gonna give it to Sammy, but
he got 2 ultra kills and he died both times immediately after because he went for the rampage. So and we gave it to Sammy in game 1. So.
I was thinking about overall.
I think Centaur did very well this game with his blink initiations.
The Chronos are pretty legit as well.
You want to just give them the play of the game to that last fight where they were pushing the tier 2 bottom, and then they went to the Roach Pit and won that fight? Let's give them, collectively, that was the play of the game. That was the one that won the game for them, in my opinion, that first push where they did the Roach fight immediately after. Or do you recall the one that I'm even talking about?
No, there's too many fights this game.
Alright. Well, anywho. That was quite an interesting game. I don't remember it that well. You pick.
I don't know, the only moment that stood out was when they went for the silencer and Shippy just got that nice chrono on everybody next to the shrine.
Oh, the 4-man one?
That was like the real... yeah, that was the first real big chrono he got, and when things were looking real bad. It was already looking bad for them at that point, but when they go for the smoke gank, and they also lose the fight, and they don't get any kill off either. Shippy was always in the right spot, and they never caught him, except for when they dove, of course.
Alrighty. Well, with that, RMU will take the series 2-1 and will secure themselves the higher seed come playoff time. Once again, I'm Zingle. Joining me today was Hachiko as usual, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.